How's it going? Thralls of Metal here again. I'm Necrotic Nick,
Hey, what's up? It's the Tommie.
and we're here with another album review. We're going to review Pelican's new album, Nighttime Stories, out June 7th on Southern Lord Records. It's their first full length in 6 years. This band's been around since 2001, doing their brand of post-metal, doom, sludge, heavy, slow, nasty, brooding shit. That's
Instrumental
too. All instrumental, and it's been working for years, and we're here to see if it still works.
We saw them last year. They were awesome.
Incredible,
They were
incredible
really
live. And that kind of gave us an inside track as to what we're going to hear on this album too. They did play some new material, and the recording on this actually has that kind of jammed in feel. Like, it just sounds like they jammed it in the studio and just hit record.
I definitely agree with that.
Very organic, hefty, very layered.
Sometimes when you try to capture something like this on a recording, it doesn't come out feeling like it does live, and this really had that feeling.
I dug it. Right away, like the intro WST, which I have no idea what that stands for. It almost kind of reminded me of a Western. Like, it just kind of had that, like, you get the tumbleweed rolling. This cool clean tone comes in. It's very, like, nice and acoustic, and then starts building.
Definitely.
And then right into the first real track. Is it Midnight and Mescaline?
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprisingly up-tempo.
It was very up-tempo. The intro led into that very well. I agree. The breakdown in that song was killer.
Yes.
It was great. And I love that song title. What a good song title.
I wonder if it was inspired by that. It might have been.
Sounds like it was.
I was really surprised the first two actual songs, not counting the intro, were very up-tempo. Like, I would even say, like, kind of comparable to, like, a really heavy Foo Fighters. It's kind of this kind of more rock feel to it, but with heavier moments for sure, because Pelican still knows how to bring that for damn sure.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're looking for that old school Pelican feel, Cold Hope, the fourth track on here, really brings that home. Like, the kind of feel of the first two albums, the EP and the first full length.
Oh, yeah. Definitely where it started getting heavier. I do have to bring up the song before that, though, Abysmal Plains. I loved the fuzz bass. It wasn't super heavy. It was still the upbeat rock feel, kind of.
It was still
the fuzz
a
bass
really
on
good
that.
song.
Oh, yeah, killer song.
Yeah.
Just love the bass tone. I love the bass tones throughout this entire album. It was done really well.
There were parts in here where the bass actually takes a nice, like, lead stance. I believe in the song Arteries of Blacktop. Like, in that intro, the guitars are just doing, like, just a real, basic little riff that's nice, but the bass is going nuts with this bass line, and it really stands out in the mix. And I really dug that. The mix was fantastic. It was done by Matt Bayless, who has accrued a number of bands that he's worked with, including Mastodon, Soundgarden, Norma Jean, like, across the board, a lot of different bands, and I'm pretty sure he was the one that did the work on Blood Mountain specifically, which I really liked that mix.
Amazing album. The mix was incredible on that album.
Another cool thing that came up on this was the song It Stared at Me. Now, that one was really interesting because, you got that massive heft that Cold Hope brought, and then you go into this kind of desert rock thing.
Spacey psychedelic intro, right up my alley. I love stoner rock, and if you like stoner rock, this song, definitely give it a listen. Now, there was a couple issues. It did end a little abruptly. I get why they did it. They left you wanting more.
I could have gone with that for like another 5 minutes. Like, it's the shortest, I think, next to the first track. It's one of the shortest ones on the album. I think it's only 3.5 minutes, but it was like, it was building. It was really building to something that, like, it sounded like it was about to be, like, epic as shit.
Yes.
And then it just abruptly stops, and you go into the title track, which opens heavy as balls. So that transition is really knee-jerk for me, and I feel like if they actually used that song to build into the next one a little bit better, I think it would have coalesced a lot better. And the title track is one I thought was only okay on this one. Like, there's a lot of real dissonant parts, almost like parts that remind me of, like, if Dillinger Escape Plan became a doom band.
I agree with that.
But it didn't have any big hooks that were really. It had moments that were hooky, and then it would go back to these weird parts.
There was some good sludgy riffs,
Yeah.
definitely, but I agree with your assessment, definitely.
They can't all be like perfect, but it mostly was the transition between the two. Like it was very knee jerk, and I think it could have been done a lot better. But then the last two songs are easily my favorite on here. Oh my god,
They were incredible.
Arteries of Blacktop, especially, we brought up that killer bass line. That song brings so much heft, really solid writing, moves.
The breakdown in that song,
dude.
oh man, worth a listen for that alone. Just that full-blown chaos at the end, you know,
It was
it's
great.
epic. It's awesome.
Just nice and chuggy. You get your head bobbing and have that solid groove to it.
Oh yeah.
And Full Moon Black Water is, I think, the most epic song on the entire album. It leads in with this very pretty acoustic part and then goes into this part that I could only really describe as like a heavy, almost like 90s alternative.
Yeah.
That, like, it reminded me of, like, you know, bands like Hum or God, maybe even Alice in Chains a bit.
The transitions in this song, you know, it felt like it almost started with like feel-good stoner rock, and then it turns into a fucking heavy-ass song. Like,
The heaviest,
awesome.
the heaviest riff on this entire album came out of this song. Like, and then just when you think it's already a nice heavy chug, they add just another nasty,
It's awesome.
just bit to it, and like, my god, dude, like, all right, you saved it for this one big moment, and holy shit, it's awesome. And then it moves right back into that opening part, and the transition is seamless. It's just smooth, and then closes really beautifully with like these layered harmonies and maybe like a keyboard in the background. Really well
It's nice.
done.
Definitely. All right, so I would say I give this album a 4 out of 5. I thought it was pretty good. You know, the album's full of great riffs, has a lot of memorable melodies. The production was absolutely spot on throughout the entire album. Great tones, the clean tones sounded good, the guitars are beefy as fuck, and the bass tone on every single song, loved it. 4 out of 5 for me.
Fuzzy. I gotta give it 3.5. The parts that, you know, kind of took away from it, the title track, I didn't think was as good as the rest of the stuff in there, and man, it stared at me as a giant dick tease. I fucking loved it, and was like, oh, why did you stop? I mean, you know, there were some weird transitions in other songs too that didn't feel necessary, but all in all, this is a great album. This is another solid offering from Pelican, who I still don't think have a bad album
Agreed.
at all in their entire back catalog, and this is another great fucking listen. So if you like sludgy post-metal, 100% pick this up. It's a solid fucking listen. So yeah, if you like this review, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, sub. We do reviews all the time, and we will catch you later.
Thanks for watching. Peace.